Hello, welcome to Footy Corner TV. I remembered the name of the show. We're the North Bank. I actually remembered it this time, so that's an improvement on my part. But there we go. We've got Arsenal Domination. Make sure you're following his channel as well. That's be much appreciated. We've got him in the house. He's just rushed off a train to get here, so we've actually got a show. So welcome in, Dom.
Thanks for having me. And sorry to be late. I have delayed the start, but yes, train was a bit late in that, and I got sent to the supermarket on my way home.
Yes, you got sent to the supermarket when your wife works there, which is a bit of a weird one for me. But there you go.
Yeah,
Okay,
but I am contractually obliged on pain of death to point out that she wasn't working today, and that's why I had to go and get stuff on my way home.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe you should have remembered it last time you finished work. Possibly, potentially.
One didn't like to point that out.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. We get ripped for all the organisational skills of a knit. Maybe that was another one on your part, but there we go. Who knows?
I'm here now. That's the main thing.
We're here now. That's all we want to go for. Before we kind of went into actual shows, I wanted to kind of review our score predictions for the weekend.
I doubt mine went well.
Well, the only reason I mention it is because mine kind of went a bit better than yours. So that's the only reason.
Fair enough. It's your show.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got the reins. Anybody joining in the channel, please make sure you're hitting the like, subscribe, and share it. I promise that once I've done kind of showing my predictive skills, we'll actually go into the show. So yeah, you know what I mean. So it's yeah.
Also, stay tuned for the lottery numbers.
Stay tuned for the lottery numbers that will be wrong, because I can't win them myself. So I damn well probably can't win them for you guys either. Yeah, enter at your own risk or peril, as the case may be. Khalid says, "Evening, guys. Evening, Khalid. And if you like Khalid in the YouTube chat, please make sure you're hitting that like and the share out as well. Appreciate you." So yeah, the Leeds United Forest. Should we just go with the right ones or the wrong? Well, yeah, well, I would just go with what you said. We go with what you said and what I said, and we'll kind of do a kind of fleet back to what T said as well. So you went
at least I didn't predict a Wolves win.
No, you didn't. No. Yeah, thankfully. But yeah, the Leeds Forest, you predicted a 1-1. T predicted a 2-2. I predicted a 3-1, and the score was 3-1. So
yeah, you got a good start.
I got a good start. I didn't do so well with this one, but we both predicted draws, 2-2 draws, and T predicted a 3-1. So he gets a bit of kudos on that. Not exactly the whole deal, but some of it.
Romero not just letting himself and his club down, he let us down too there.
I mean, yeah. What do you expect, to be honest with you, unfortunately?
Hey, what do you mean? His manager says he doesn't get sending offs. It's a rare occurrence.
And then he was corrected, wasn't he? Just like, yeah, he's got the most in the league, mate. Well, I don't know what you're on about.
Oh, in fairness, he accepted it. He didn't try and argue about it.
Yeah, it was like that was like the Arsenal Cup, mate. He never saw it. Arsenal Sunderland. You and T both went with 2-0. I went with 3-0. You know what happened there. Bournemouth Villa. You went for a Villa win 2-1. Both myself and T went for 2-2 draws. It was 1-1. Burnley West Ham. You went with a West Ham win 2-1. T went with a Burnley win. I just didn't really understand that. 2-0. And I went 2-1, and it was 2-0. Fulham Everton. Actually, nobody went. Oh, did they? No, nobody went with an Everton win. So nobody gets that. It was Everton 1-2-1. Wolves Chelsea. We all went for a Chelsea win. I went 3-1, and it was 3-1. So yeah, I win again.
What did I go with? I went with Chelsea win.
You went with 2-0.
There you go.
I just don't. I've heard today that Sanchez has been the best goalkeeper in the Premier League this season.
Is that? Yeah. To be fair, he has. if you just take Spanish goalkeepers operating in a certain area of West London, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it was wild to me. It was wild.
Yeah, but I mean, if you take it by that category, he's been the best goalkeeper in the league.
Spanish goalkeepers
that play in West London.
That they're employed by Chelsea.
Yeah. Well, no, you can broaden it out from that. You can broaden it out to but start in West London. Because he's in the category of one.
I'm going to say exactly who else does that encapsulate? It doesn't really put anybody in there, does it?
I don't know who Fulham's backup is, but I'm assuming I'm on safe ground.
Fulham's backup, yeah. So it's not Areola, is he? Because he's at West Ham. I don't know who it is now.
In fairness, he is a tier 2. Oh, come on.
Fucking hell, man.
Apparently it's Hermanson.
Hermanson, Khalid says. Okay, yeah. I mean, there's a reason we don't know who it is then. Yeah. Obviously not educated enough. Newcastle Brentford, you went with 4-1, and it was high scoring, in fairness. We all went we all went for Brighton for Newcastle to lose. Is that right? We lost 3-2.
We lost 3-2. I definitely thought Brentford were going to win this one.
Yeah. So I'm worried about Thursday now.
Yes, I am too.
Brighton Palace. We all had as draw, and it was a Palace win. Liverpool City. We all had as a Liverpool win, unfortunately, and we were all wrong. So I mean, yeah, I got a few right. So yeah, can't really complain, to be honest. Can't really complain. So yeah, did all right now.
Very well done.
Yeah, kinda. I'm looking for my notes from this time because yeah. So there we go. Obviously, we beat Sunderland 3-0. Was it a bit more comfortable?
Sorry to interrupt you. Have you just seen why Joe Willock's goal for Newcastle has been ruled out? And I'm not joking, because the curvature of his forehead was about half an inch offside.
I thought there was a 50mm discrepancy. I thought there was a threshold.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying how many inches it was offside, but as in, it can't have been much, right? But apparently his forehead was offside, and that's what I mean. You can score with the forehead, but
yeah, I mean, I get
interventions on very minor parts of your body.
Yeah, I kind of get he went from Leicester last season, apparently. Okay. Yes. Yeah,
I the Muppets.
Oh God.
I've been interviewing all day. You've got to give me this one.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, I don't have to listen to Tony at the moment, so I'm all right. It's not too bad, you know. But yeah, we managed to win 3-0. Was it a bit more comfortable than you thought it was going to be?
Yes and no. I mean, I think the scoreline probably suggests it was more comfortable than it was. That said, Sunderland didn't really offer a great deal. And kudos to Sunderland as well. They came out to try and play. But they did make it difficult. I thought Broby up front, played a valiant Furrow up front. And he made life difficult for Saliba at times. Newcastle had just scored. So Tottenham edge nearer the relegation zone. But yeah, I mean, Arsenal.
Come on, West Ham.
I know.
I don't care about the haircut. I care about Tottenham getting relegated at this point.
They could be 3 points off the relegation zone by the end of tomorrow.
If they lose to Newcastle, he's gone, isn't
he? You'd think so. I mean, yeah, they're currently 6 points off, but as you say, West Ham win, which we all want. That's 3 points, and if Forest win, they go ahead of them. If Leeds can pull level with Chelsea, they go ahead of them.
I mean, I'd take a draw, to be honest. I'd take a draw at West Ham United.
That poor bloke with the haircut, but if he will make
these I don't care about him, I'm afraid.
I know. That's what I'm saying. If he will make these silly bets.
Yeah, the thing is that you know, he can donate more to charity the longer it goes on. So you know, unfortunate, but there we go.
But yes, anyway, yeah. So in some ways, the game was comfortable, as I say. Sunderland, you know, they gave it a go. To be fair, they came out, they tried to play at times. Their line was more in keeping with the league average line this season, the one we faced most of the season. But Arsenal, you know, I never thought they weren't going to win the game. I mean, it's a great strike to give us the lead, and I think that was important just before half time as well. What a technique from Zubimendi. By the way, it's 20 goals and assists for Zubimendi and Rice this season. You know, from central midfield, which is quite something.
Yeah, mad, isn't it?
And then obviously as the game opened out, you know, as I say, Sunderland tried to come and they tried to come and get an equaliser. And Gyökeres, you know, he gets, you know, he falls over with that finish, but that's still a decent finish. He hits that hard, and then obviously the breakaway goal when Sunderland poured forward at the end to try and get something. But you know, it was a comfortable victory, but not one of those ones where you say, yeah, Arsenal. I mean, I don't think Arsenal were unworthy of a 3-0 victory, but it wasn't when you think about 3-0, you're thinking you've absolutely dominated everything. You've peppered their goal.
I do think we dominated everything. I do think we did.
Yeah.
I do think we actually did dominate everything. I don't think that we were the only team in it. And
no,
you know, obviously, and maybe they deserved a goal, but yeah, from the same point of view, you know, I'd be very happy if I see that against Brentford. On Thursday, to be honest.
I'll take that twice, and you know, every day of the week and twice on Sunday. But you're right. That is what I was trying to say. That you know, we dominated the game, but when I think of a 3-0, as in with it, like you say, we're the only side in it, which we weren't. But you're exactly right. That's what I was trying to sort of say. But
yeah. Did you think the Brobby challenge that on it was on Zubimendi, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. I'm laughing because I was winding you up on Saturday.
No, do you think it was a sending off?
Yeah, I was messing around when I said I think it's an orange card because I knew it would wind you up.
Yeah, I do hate the orange card analogy. It's either it's either a yellow card or it's a red card.
Yeah,
so they're the only two in existence. See?
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it though. I actually said to my wife as I said it, I said, "This is going to annoy him." So sorry about that.
It did.
I know. So I think it was a red card. I think I can see why. I can kind of see why VAR didn't overrule it, but it was a red card for me. It's one of those ones where I'm not going to complain about the lack of intervention there because I'm not sure it had the force in it, but that might be just because I've sort of the replays I've seen were mostly in slow motion, so you can't quite tell the force. I've only seen it once or twice in real speed, but it was a red card. It was high and it was dangerous, and therefore that should be a red card. But yeah, it's not when I get angry about VAR not overturning.
Yeah, when you saw the comparison between that one and the Romero one. I don't know about you, but I noticed distinct differences with that. To be honest with you, when they were basically saying that Romero's was red, so this is definitely a stonewaller. The Romero challenge lingered so much longer on the leg than Brobby's did, and I think maybe they kind of did the same thing as what Delo did to Doku, where it made the impact, but then it was off. I don't think it was as quick as the Dallo one. I don't think it was as fleeting, but yeah, like you say, I don't think I'm kind of 50-50. I'm not mad it wasn't given. I would have been much happy if it was given, I suppose. But yeah, it's not one of those I'm going to go crying about because I don't think it's a stonewaller. I think it's I think it's 50-50. It can be or it can't be. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. And to be fair to Sunderland, I don't think they really deserve the red card as much as. You know, you're making that tackle, so you kind of deserve it to a point. But yeah,
he shouldn't come in. He does. He comes in with his foot high raised, and you shouldn't tackle like that. It was what Alan Shearer used to call a centre forwards tackle to explain away every single bad tackle he made consistently. But I know what he means.
But he was on his shin pad as well, so I kind of go, well, all right, it's kind of that line, so you kind of get away with it a little bit.
Yeah. I also think, though, the difference between that and Romero was, you're right, it's about the length of time, the contact. But I was going to say, I think there was intent
as well.
There was intent behind Romero for me, whereas I think Broberry actually went for the ball, got it wrong, and therefore, well, that's still a sending off. I think that is a difference there.
I think Zubimendi helped him as well. To be honest, I think he because he didn't make a meal of it or anything, so he was that was the other thing that happened in the United game, and I hate this when players know that they've done the wrong and they're in trouble and they feign injury themselves. I hate that. Man, just own it. You've done it. Just own it. Don't roll around now on the floor pretending you're injured. Caicedo did that against us when he got sent off as well.
Yeah.
Screamed the house down. It's like, my God, come on.
Yeah, it's not. It really does annoy me. The only thing that I love about that is when they do it and the referee's not having it and they stand over them waiting for them to get up and then they show them the red card.
With a card in their hand.
Yeah.
And they absolutely should do that as well, to be fair. But I think that kind of tactic as well, I think it's actually more focus on the actual official, because the official's then going, right, well, this guy's taking the mick as well, and more likely to give that red card as well, purely because he's trying to be deceptive.
Yeah. It would anger me enough that if I was thinking about not sending off, I might upgrade it.
Well, I mean, in that situation, right, and I'm going to use your analogy because you've already used it once, so I can't really, But if you are in between measures and you're thinking of, is it an orange card? Should it be upgraded to a red? That's enough to go, right, okay, well, you're now bringing the game into disrepute anyway. So, we'll make it red. You've made the decision for me. Thank you very much indeed. So you've just made it a bit easier. But
yeah, exactly. You're basically trying to con.
You've been deceptive, aren't you? So it's it shouldn't be happening at all, to be honest. But there we go. Was there anything that stood out for you in the starting lineup? Was there?
Trying to remember what it was now. Yeah, so
basically we got
it was Calafiori left back, wasn't it?
Calafiori left back was the only change in the defensive line. Obviously, Zubi Rice, Havertz, Madueke, Trossard.
Yeah. So Trossard came in, didn't he? So yeah. No, I think it was fairly similar to the side I was expecting. I was expecting to see Calafiori recalled, even though I thought Hincapié deserved to keep his place. But that said, I think, for me, there's no question that Hincapié should start Thursday. I think he's the player in form in that position. Calafiori looks rusty rather than, bad. Otherwise, I think that was probably the lineup I expected. I expected to go strong for this one. Sunderland, although their away form is bad, they've only got 2 away wins all season. It was an important one because, there was a chance of, scoreboard pressure, to use a cricket term, on Manchester City. City, there was a decent chance they would have dropped points at the weekend. They didn't. Fair play to them. But also, you've got 5 days between the Chelsea game and that game, or 4 days, and then you've got 5 days to the Brentford game. So you've got nice big rest periods as well. So I wasn't surprised to see it as strong as it was. To be honest with you, it was pretty. I think I actually got 11 out of 11 on the predictions lineup, actually.
So you thought Jesus was going to start as well. You didn't think?
I might have said Gyökeres in my starting lineup, but it wouldn't. That might have been the one I got wrong. But I certainly wasn't surprised to see Jesus start.
Yeah. As you say, I think Calafiori was a bit on the rusty side. It wasn't.
Yeah, it was rusty.
Maybe not fully fit. Maybe not quite there yet, but he missed a couple of tackles. He did that when he was at centre back when he came back as well. He was he gave away a yellow card, but it was kind of probably quite justified, to be fair, in the end. But yeah, it was it was a bit of a
He
weird.
did it in that Carrot game, didn't he?
Yeah.
He gave that away, that penalty.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, he was it's definitely a bit rusty at times. So, but yeah, he'll get back to it. And obviously, Hincapié came on for him as well, to kind of give him a bit of a rest. So, yeah. But I think Hincapié came when he came on, he did okay. The other subs, obviously, Martinelli came on for Madueke. Gyökeres came on for Jesus, and a few minutes later we had Eze on for Havertz, Hincapié on for Calafiori. What did you make of the substitutions? What did you take from
that? As a manager, they always get praised when things go well and when they don't go well. I think this is one, and then when they don't go well, get absolutely hung for it. So I think with substitutions, you kind of a little bit at the mercy of what of sort of the footballing gods in some ways. But I think this one was spot on. I think he made the changes when they should have done. Obviously, Norgard for Trossard was enforced towards the end, but I thought he got the substitutions spot on. I think it was almost like what Rosner was hoping would happen in the Chelsea game, where he set up to control the game and then think Arsenal would attack. The difference being we didn't need to attack. I think he was hoping to get a goal, and having got a goal, then use those pace of Martinelli, Gyökeres, Eze's ability to move the ball quickly to open up Sunderland. And that's pretty much what happened. I think he got the subs absolutely spot on. Every single one, 4 out of 5, I'm not counting Norgard, were the correct substitutions, and I think they were at the correct time, and I think he deserves praise for that. I never go overboard when they get some spot on or totally incorrect, because
lottery, isn't it, in the day? It kind of is. Well, I mean, I do think that they were playing quite a high line, to the point where Jesus was offside a couple of times on the halfway line, which I'd never get that. I mean, it's just the point of one player is kind of pushing one way and the other guy is leaning the other, and that's what I get. That's why I have an issue with the offside law. I don't have an offside issue with any other part of it, but when you're just doing that stupid lean, and I know Gabriel did it against Man United and kind of straightened himself up and went backwards, and he got the benefit of that. But I just don't like it. I think it either should be from your feet or it should be daylight. It needs to change. I don't think you should be able to get offside from that position when you're basically still touching the halfway line.
Yeah, I agree with you, to be honest with you. But so you're right that Sunderland did press high, and they certainly pressed high in the second half when they were looking for the equaliser, and that's where I give them credit for trying to come and play and try and get a result. They may have been better trying to sit back and hit on the break, but that's not necessarily their game. And I think they deserve some credit for that. And actually, they've been relatively effective at doing that. But it felt, I don't know about you, but it felt higher to me than it actually was because of how far back everyone else has been this season. Does that make sense? But because they were sort of in a more usual position, it felt like they were almost playing Ange ball. I mean, and at times they were, particularly second half, but overall, it felt higher to me than reality.
Yeah, I mean, it did feel very high. It felt like that there was kind of all that space in behind, but you couldn't use it because they'd kind of covered the whole pitch, sort of thing. But yeah, at some point it was like Ange ball, to be honest with you. But then that's when he noticed, and he basically put the runners on there and go. Yeah, there you go. Get the ball out to them, and it doesn't matter. They're both essentially quick. Although I would say on the run, Martinelli's touch is better than Gyökeres.
Definitely.
Anyway,
Yeah, definitely.
so if there's one player that you want to be on the run and receiving that ball, and I was critical of him like the start of the season, basically saying he can't take that pass, and he's done it a few times now. He did it against Neuer, and he's done it in a few Premier League games now. Obviously, done it in other Champions League games as well. But yeah, I think he is having a great season, isn't he? At the moment, he's definitely picked up form more recently, at least.
He definitely is, and I found, look, Martinelli can be frustrating, and he does struggle when he doesn't operate in space. But I find this idea that Martinelli shows that Mikel Arteta can't coach an attack as really annoying, because that first season we didn't have the respect of other teams, and they left more space against us. And when you've got space, Martinelli is an absolute demon, or can be, and we saw it really effectively against Sunderland with that run that he was able to make. You know, bursting through, strength, power, and awareness of who was with him. You know, to knock that ball to Gyökeres, because actually I think there's a 50-50 chance that their goalkeeper saves that if he shoots from where he is. If not higher, but he knocks it square to Gyökeres. What he can't do so effectively is operate when space is tighter. And I think that's what makes him such an effective substitute for us, because defenders are slightly more tired, which does give that little bit more space. But also, when you are playing size, and we've seen it much more in the Champions League this season, or in cup games where teams are trying to win the game a little bit more. And I don't mean that they're not trying to win the game, but you know what I mean. Suddenly there's more space, and suddenly he's getting his goals and assists. But you know, he's on for his best statistical season at the moment this season in his Arsenal career, and he's also still only 23, so he's sort of entering his prime now. So I think Martinelli, I'm really pleased for him, because he worked hard, he stayed patient, and he's kept doing his role for the team. And everyone also overlooks his defensive work, which is just magnificent. I don't know if you saw Eza after the Chelsea game. So there was pictures afterwards of Martinelli blowing after I think it was after the Havertz goal, and
Right.
you know, Eza was asked about it, and in the sort of, as they were leaving the stadium, you know, when they go through the press zone, and he just said he just admired Martinelli's fitness and ability to run and keep going, and he said that's what I've got to aspire to be. I'm slightly paraphrasing, but that's essentially what he said.
Yeah.
You know, and he said it's just unbelievable. You know, and I'm really pleased that he's having a good season, Martinelli.
Yeah, there was a moment where the ball kind of got loose, and he was on the right hand side, and he basically bombed it over to the left hand side, and still got to the ball before the defender did. It was crazy, and you just seen him bombing across, and it's like, you know, you can't argue with the guy. He's you know, he's got the energy to do that. He's got the mindset to do the dirty work and whatever as well. So, you know, fair play to him, and he's had his critics this season. I'm sure they still exist. I mean, I criticised him as well, but yeah, he's coming good, and yeah, long may it continue. To be fair,
yeah, absolutely. Was it you and I were talking about how we thought he looks more effective on the right than the left? And I think your response was, imagine that he's using his natural foot.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, that's kind of what it always was for me. Yeah, he's always going to be better on his actual natural foot, but they don't do that these days. They kind of want to be cut inside and then use his strong foot that way.
You can see the logic, right? Because you are cutting inside. So if I play off the right wing, I'm actually shooting across. Whereas if I play on the left wing, I mean, I don't, because I defend. But I got forward last night. I crossed the halfway line 3 times.
I actually went across the forward.
I not only that, I popped onto the penalty area. I was mere moments away from scoring. But the ball didn't. I came towards the ball, and it didn't quite reach me in time, and the defender came from nowhere and just knocked it away from me. But you know, I'm when I'm on the left, I'm actually in a shooting position to go right the way across goal, because I'm on my strong foot. So I think that's the logic. But yeah, I'm slightly more old school, where I'm like, sometimes I'd like the right-footed winger to be on the right wing, and that's where I think if you've got, and particularly with Martinelli and Isak or Madueke, a little bit of switching, just in game. Just switch over for 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
I don't like that we don't do that anymore. I used to like it when we got Walcott and we got even Giroud up top and whatever, and the left hand side, and there's just anybody just switching around and just coming anywhere. Yeah, I miss that a lot, to be honest.
Well, yeah, it also confuses the fullback as well, because you
Well,
just get used
that's
to
what it's about. It's not just the fullback, is it? It's the centre back that's covering the fullback as well. So
I mean, the argument against it is it's confusing your own fullback too. It's like, well, that's what training's for.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really buy that it's that it's confusing your own fullback, because at the end of the day, like you say, they train together for a start off. So they go, well, your pattern changes. Once he does that, then your pattern goes, you go inside rather than the overlap. So
agreed.
It's not hard. And I know that you could argue from our point of view that we have specific players for overlap and for playing in the midfield. But I mean, if you're going to do it on a 5-10 minute window, you know, I mean, you could argue that you could switch to fullbacks as well.
Yeah,
if you're going to do it, if you're really going to do that, and
particularly if it's Timber and Calafiori,
you got Timber, Calafiori that can play either side exactly. Maybe that's the plan. Maybe that's something that's coming. Maybe we've hit some kind of revelation. Maybe we're talking complete nonsense. But you know, it's got potential. So it'd just be nice to see whether you've got that kind of adaptability the whole way through the side, or whether it's just, you know, just the wingers that are doing it. Because I actually think Martinelli's looked probably our strongest player on the right this season.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's fair. You know, again, you can talk about game status helping him, but I think he definitely has. You know, Saka and Madueke have played in similar sort of game states to Martinelli as well. So, you know, I think you're absolutely spot on. The strongest right winger this season has definitely been Martinelli.
Mm.
It doesn't make him our best right winger. I think that's still
no.
Saka.
It's just more informed, more reliable, I guess, in that particular position. But I actually like Madueke, that he's kind of slowed things down a little bit. I did suggest a couple of weeks ago that he was a bit like a wind-up toy, and you can wind him up and just point him in the direction, and you get the same result as he was giving out. And yeah, I'm happy to say that's changed a little bit, and it's just that a bit more. I'm going to say it because it's the buzzword of everybody, and everybody criticises Arteta about it, but it is a lot more controlled. It's just
slight different definition of control though in this case.
I think it's engaging brain rather than just engaging the legs and hoping for the best.
Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, he definitely needs to improve his decision making and therefore his final ball. But I think you're right. He's slowing it down a little bit more, which is allowing him that second to process what's going on. And I think I am seeing an improvement. I know he wasn't great in the last game, and people criticize him against Chelsea. But against Chelsea, he was asked to do a very different job, and I thought he did it really quite well.
I mean, at Chelsea, he wasn't really supposed to be going forwards as such anyway. He was supposed to be containing more than anything.
Exactly. But when he did, he ran with purpose, took on his man, you know, brought us a little bit of time and movement forward and allowed other players to get in. So I think there's definitely improvement in Madueke. I think this idea that he's a bust and no good is not correct, but he certainly still does need to improve his end product.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Khalid, it's an analogy that I use because it's just like you wind him up and he goes, and yeah, maybe it's a little bit harsh, but I definitely think
still very funny.
It is. I find it quite amusing, but it's yeah, I don't find it very very amusing when I'm watching it. You know what I mean? It's just like yeah. Goes right through me, just like, well, just take a second to think, man.
Yeah, that said, though, I don't feel the same sort of sense of anxiety when Saka's not available and he comes in that I would have done in the past.
Yeah, I agree with that as well, and that's obviously the beauty of the squad and whatever. But yeah, I think they need to be more influential. But if that influentiality, if that's even a word, is that they're holding up the play to tire out players to basically get Martinelli, Gyökeres, whatever, on the ball, then long may it continue. I really don't mind that. Little note on Zubimendi's goal. I know you mentioned it, but some called it fortunate that he hit the post and went in. I don't think he had any fortune at all, apart from the an inch to the left, maybe it comes back out. But I think he hit it perfect. Let it go across his body really well. And the ball in, I can't remember who the ball came in from. Was it from Trossard?
I think it would have been from that position.
It was from that direction anyway.
Yeah.
So
if it wasn't him, it was the right area of the pitch to be him.
So it was either him or Calafiori, I would have guessed. But I don't think Calafiori would be that high up the pitch at that particular moment in the game. But
I mean, you never know with Calafiori, but
well, I mean, I wouldn't. It wouldn't surprise me if Calafiori had taken the shot, to be honest, from where Zubimendi was. But I just think where the game was at that point.
Yeah, I agree.
It didn't really call for him in that position.
You don't want to concede at that point, do you?
So yeah, that's kind of my point. So it was like, well, okay, that's where it is. But yeah, when Gyökeres came on as well, I thought he got good movement. I don't know if you watched it. I haven't watched the replay actually on TV for the whole part. I watched the highlights. So I couldn't really see if he was trying to take up defenders or whether he was trying to escape them. But it actually looked to me like he was trying to run away from them rather than
at them.
With them. Yeah. So kind of pleased for that. Obviously he scored 2 goals, didn't he? Because the sitter was kind of passed over to him from Martinelli, but he'd already stolen one in the Champions League.
Yeah, he's returning the favour.
So he's returning the favour. Well, he's returned it twice, according to Martinelli. Yeah, he owes him one back. So yeah, long may that continue as well. So it's just nice to see, isn't it, that actually things starting to work out for it, particularly for Gyökeres as well, because he's had his critics, and hopefully this is him coming into a bit of form.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, he's the criticism we had of him, and I think you shared this criticism, but certainly I had of him was I didn't think it was right that we weren't finding him with the ball at all. He was, and maybe still is one of the most targeted forwards in the Premier League. But you'd expect that of a side competing at the top, going for goals. But that sort of showed that he was being found. What I did think was that we could have found him a little bit quicker. And I think, that started to happen a little bit more. But his movement also needed to be better. And I think the key thing here is that he's got a little bit more support alongside him in Havertz, who's playing that bit further forward than Odegaard was. But he seems to have found a little bit of confidence. And with it, suddenly has come different movements, not the same predictable movement. It's a little bit ponderous. Suddenly there's a more sharpness about that movement and a little less predictability. And you're exactly right. Instead of him running with him, he was running away from them, and I think all of those things have combined. And I always say with new players, you need to give them a minimum of 6 months to see what you've got, because not every player adapts to a new side or a new country in the same way. This is obviously for him a combination of both. I know he played in England before in the Championship, but it's a very different league and a little while ago.
It was a long time ago anyway, wasn't it? He was 21 at that point, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He'd been in Portugal for 6 years.
Was it 6 years? I mean, I thought it was more like 2 or 3 because he was at Coventry.
I don't think he was.
I'll check, but I thought
maybe I mean I didn't do a history background check or anything like that, but yeah, it's
I did a full national security check to make sure he's fine.
Yeah, I thought it was I mean, I have searched him for other things, but not for stats on goal scoring and stuff. But I
Yeah, just
haven't.
2 seasons. Yeah, I thought it. I thought it was because
Okay.
I remember wanting him when he was doing well at Coventry. Because at the time we needed a backup centre forward, and I was like, Gyökeres, cheap, available, might have something about him. And obviously he went to Sporting, and I was like, well, I can understand that. He's got a chance to start in the Champions League side, could be a stepping stone. Little did I know how well how right I was going to be on that one, but plus
Yeah.
it's a little bit warm over there.
Yeah, could have got it for 24 million.
Yep.
That's a bit of a shame. Yeah, if you you weirded out by my camera, apparently it was switched around the wrong way, so I had to turn it around.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, it's because I'm looking in one direction and my eyes and the actual camera are going completely opposite way. I'm like, no, that's really weird. So I don't know who switched it around, but there you go. Yeah, so Havertz obviously looks quite lively, doesn't he? It's accommodating and quite refreshing because he's releasing the ball, he's being physical,
Direct.
yeah, and direct at the same time. So it's good to have him back, isn't it?
I think so, and as I said, I think he's helping bring the best out of Gyökeres because he's further forward. My big criticism of Odegaard this season has been he's not been as close to Gyökeres for the most part as I'd have liked. But we've tweaked the system now, and Havertz really is, and it'd be interesting to see what happens when Odegaard comes back in because he will at some point. And I think the hate on Odegaard is overdone. There are criticisms, but I think, as always, it's a little bit over the top. But I've always liked Kai Havertz. I said when he came in, there was going to be a period of adaptation because he was going to play in the left 8 role, and that didn't work. And I think that experiment is pretty much over. He out of possession, he's dropping into that right 8 position at the moment, but that's very much out of position. For me, he's a second striker right now. He's not even a number 10. He's a very fluid position, but I'm, just trying to sort of help people visualize it a little bit. But I remember when he was a centre forward, I was like, he's not a true number 9, but it is probably the best position for him in that formation that we played at the time. And his big issue was he's not as clinical, but his movement is clever. He's good at bringing covers into play. He's good at build up, quick link up stuff. And, at Leverkusen, he was absolutely flying. And that's where he played his best football. And why was it? Because he essentially played as a shadow striker, second striker. And that's pretty much where he is, certainly in possession right now. And suddenly, the Kai Havertz we all saw at Leverkusen is back. And I never thought it was anywhere near the level of people. People just didn't like him because he was Chelsea and he was 65 million. And there are a segment of fans that will not have him because he's an ex-Chelsea player at 65 million. I don't care. He's an Arsenal player right now. And there are frustrations about how clinical he is in front of goal. But other than that, I don't think there can be much criticism of Kai Havertz. But right now, he is in form. And he seems to have a connection with Gyökeres that Odegaard doesn't, which ironically is just what Khalid has just tapped in as I've said it. But, and that's really, really key.
Yeah, I think I do think that Odegaard at times he has to do that dropping deep thing, and for me with Zubimendi there and with Rice there, I don't think he needs to do that anymore. I think he basically facilitates something that's not required. He's playing like that when he's got a player like Partey in that position, who just basically breaks it up. He can't get it away quickly enough, and so you have to come and get it off him and then do the work yourself. But with Zubimendi there and with Rice there, even now with Saliba, who's playing that little bit further forwards, a bit more into midfield, if you like, and playing that a bit more of a direct ball, which it seems a bit bizarre to me that one because that seems to have come since Mascara's come. So it's like when he played, it was like, yeah, get the ball, recycle it quickly, and it looks like Saliba's kind of taken that off him. Now that may well be something that was already in working, but yeah, he just looks a bit weird that it came to that time. And then all of a sudden he's kind of taken over doing that. But yeah, in terms of Odegaard, yes, I think he gets far too much criticism. I see all these people that he only does the hair flicks and he only does this, that, and the other. But the same people were basically giving Gyökeres all the time in the world when there was criticism to be given, and all they're doing is hating on Odegaard. And it's like, well, they're all in the same team, mate. They're all there to be criticised. It doesn't mean you have to go in hard. You don't have to, make them public enemy number one or anything like that. But you can say that, they're underperforming and whatever.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. And I wonder as well whether, and I don't know what your reflection on this is, whether Odegaard dropping deep has become a habit from last season and like a comfort blanket, because he was struggling last season, and whether that then became his comfort blanket, so he felt he was contributing more by doing him extra defensive work. Tottenham have equalised, that's a bugger. And therefore it's become still a little bit of a habit this season. I don't know. It's just a theory. I've no evidence behind that.
I don't know if it's a comfort blanket. I just think it's his way. And the one thing I will say as well, everybody says everybody's overcoached.
I hate that phrase.
Everybody says he's overcoached, right? So they have no mind of their own, and they do this and that and the other. And you're like, well, if that's the case, then it must be the manager's fault that Odegaard's dropping deep, right? Because he's telling him to do that. When he's already come out and said that he's not telling him to do that, that's his style. So that kind of criticism can be levelled at Odegaard, because obviously he's making his own mind up to do it.
Yeah, exactly. But ironically, the same people that are criticising him and saying that he's been told to do it by the manager are the ones, then, by definition, then the manager must also take the credit for how well all the other players are playing. No, that's because they're doing it individually. That really winds me up as a narrative. Choose a lane.
Yeah, I mean, Eze has been stifled. He doesn't get the minutes. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do that and the other. Man, as far as I can see, the rotation's happening.
Yeah.
We criticise the rotation when they play too many minutes. We criticise the rotation when they don't play enough minutes. Again, it's pick a lane. You can't have it always.
Yeah, I agree.
Just to kind of lay it on somebody. Yeah, so it's got to be what it'll be, but there you go.
Still could be worse. Moises Caicedo, the world's best Premier centre midfielder, has given away a penalty and Leeds are back in the game.
Has he?
Yeah, so it's Chelsea 2, Leeds 1, but Tottenham 1, Newcastle 1.
Oh, so the one is the penalty. Oh, I thought you were going to say
the one is the penalty.
Oh, that's a shame.
That is a shame, especially if Spurs have scored.
I don't.
I don't think Spurs are going down, to be honest with you, but
I don't think they're going down. But it would be funny, especially if we win the title and they get relegated. That would be a little piece of heaven.
Do you know what? I think there's a decent chance we win more than one trophy this season, but I'll take one. But right now, if you said you can win a treble or you could win the league and Tottenham go down, I'm not sure where my allegiances would be.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I'd take the treble, obviously.
I'm taking the treble all day long.
Yes, I am
too. Disclaimer: that is not saying that we're going to win the treble.
That was a pure hypothetical.
It's a pure hypothetical scenario where it's would you take this in place of that?
Yeah, exactly. And to be fair, I mean, while it would be wonderful, I mean, it's obviously got to be the treble, but
yeah, absolutely, the treble as well, not the but
not the cup treble.
No, but the end of the day, it's I'm taking any one of the big ones, and anything else that comes along with it, it's happy days. And I managed to get my ticket to Wembley today, so
very nice
with that.
Good day out, hopefully.
So this is, I saw this the other day. Deji would rather Spurs get relegated than Arsenal win the league.
I find that baffling.
So he said, would you accept Spurs getting relegated if it stopped them winning the league? And he said yes.
Yeah, I find that. I genuinely find that odd. Newcastle back in front.
Oh, wow.
Jacob Ramsey.
Half time at West Ham at the United Derby. We couldn't call it the United Derby because they're both United. So there's 0-0 in that as well. So somebody may be worried about his haircut.
Yes.
It's quite even, actually. One shot on target each.
I've just heard from someone I work with that's there. He's a Manchester United fan, and he said that West Ham have definitely been the better side, but neither side deserve to be ahead. Is his
right? Okay,
and he's a Manchester United fan as well, so he's not like blowing smoke. He's saying that West Ham have been the better side. Maguire handling Somerville relatively well, but Dalot is getting cooked down his side.
Yeah, I mean that's normal anyway, isn't it? But yeah, I mean,
apparently he's got the potential to be the best right back in the league, said former Manchester United right back.
Who said that?
Gary Neville, obviously.
Huh?
He said that Dallow's got something about him, and he could be a real quality Premier League right back.
No, but what?
I'm not joking. That's what he said.
When did you say this?
Sunday.
No
when
way.
He was, after the City Liverpool game, yeah.
Where do these people get these takes from? I mean, the one thing that wound me up actually today, I saw the guy Christian, whatever his name is, on it was either an AFTV thing, but he was on the Sky Fan Zone thing.
I refuse to watch that.
You're like, I swear to God that they are given a task.
They've got to be given
with some crap. They've got to be. And he basically said, "Oh, he's not worried about City."
Leeds
2-2.
Sorry to interrupt you, but yeah.
Yeah, nice, Desmond.
Come on, West Ham.
Come on, West Ham.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. You were talking.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's worthwhile for that kind of thing.
What was he saying? Sorry, that wound you up.
Oh, so he basically said he's not worried about Man City, and he sees Man United as a bigger threat.
Sorry?
That's what he said. He said, he said he's not worried about Man City. He said Man City aren't there yet. Yeah, this, that, and the other. Even though they just spent 600 million quid, and he's like, and then he said, yeah, I see Man United as a bigger threat than Man City. I'm like, mate, what are you on?
I mean, United have 12 games left. They've got no other games. So they've essentially got one game a week, right, between now and the end of the season. That's going to be massively helpful to them. But in fairness to Gary Neville, he said right now, if you're betting on a side to finish in the Champions League, he said you just assume Arsenal and Manchester City are there. And you've got to put your money on one other side to make it in. Right now, it'll be Manchester United on form. They've got 12 games, nothing else to worry about, have a decent 11. However, we could be sitting here in 2 or 3 weeks' time and they've lost a couple of games because United are that sort of club that can easily do that. And the same can be said about Villa, Chelsea, Tottenham, not Tottenham, Liverpool, but you wouldn't book your money on any of them because they're not consistent enough. And in fairness, he was right on that. But United, certainly, I think your prediction that they're going to finish in the Champions League, I said they'd finish in Europe, is certainly looking right because they're on form and they've only got that to worry about. But they're not going to compete for the league. And also, next season, they're going to be in the Champions League. Yes, they'll improve the squad, obviously, but they've got to worry about 3 games a week again.
The thing is, they're not going to improve the squad from where it is to compete in the Champions League, but they need to do it. They need to do it so that basically they stick in the Champions League.
Yeah.
So that they can go again. I mean, it's like 100 million quid. If you make the knockout stages, it's like 100 million quid.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, they're probably not going to get as big a cut as that to start off with, purely because they haven't been in it for a little bit.
And they'll be restricted as well because of their income over the last couple of years from a rolling FFP perspective as well. Obviously, they make decent.
Well, that's yearly now, isn't it? The SCR is yearly, isn't it?
Is it changing now? Is it? I haven't looked.
Yeah. It's changing from next year. So it's the SCR based on.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Yearly
The UEFA one
revenue.
hasn't changed.
No, it has.
Is it?
Yeah,
this is unusual. I'm normally very up on this sort of thing, but I haven't checked.
They haven't changed it as such. I think they've changed the threshold.
The threshold has changed, yeah, but it's
the ruling itself hasn't changed, but we're taking on the SCR that they use. I think.
Yeah.
So their percentage is like 77% or something.
Yeah, ours is dropping towards theirs, isn't it?
But no, we're allowed a bit more.
Yes, it's dropping towards, not at to.
Yeah. So it's more like 85 or something.
Yeah,
and then there's penalty points if you're amber and red and all that nonsense. Yeah. So it's just like, right, okay, well, whatever.
The thing as well is here that, and I talk about this a lot, Newcastle and Villa show how difficult it is to consistently remain in that. They yo-yo around a lot. But, the narrative that annoyed me at the weekend, though, was, and look, let me say first things first, Manchester City would have had a major, major injection of confidence after that big win they got. And that surprise win, ultimately, from where it was at 85 minutes at Anfield. No question. But the narrative, well, the lead's now down to 6 points. Well, it was 6 points going into the
6 points going into it, mate. It wasn't at 9.
Yeah. And I think it would have been a boost for City, but I don't think Arsenal would have been affected by this. Martin Keown was talking about it. I thought he was wrong to say we'd rather be 6 points ahead than 9, but I know what he means.
I think I get it. It's not like
a striper.
Yeah, it means you kind of stay stride for stride rather than kind of thinking that you're there and you take your foot off the gas and whatever.
It keeps you honest.
Yeah, I think that's what he was trying to say.
I mean, I saw the clip and Ali McCoy was laughing and he's like, I know what Martin means. He's not said it very well, and Ali McCoy was defending.
No, I thought he said it perfectly, to be honest. I just think I don't think he's right. But you just want to be as many points ahead as he can be. And then, because I think if you do get it to 9 points, I think the pressure then starts to tell a lot more because it's like there's more desperation. The games are running out, and you're more as City chasing, you're more desperate to get that win, and you're more prone to errors, aren't you? Because you're basically putting you gung ho, whatever you're going to do, really.
Yeah, and I think the other thing as well is that where he is right as well is that Arsenal will definitely be in a position where they are of the view that we've just got to concentrate on what we do. Yes, it would have been lovely if City had lost at the weekend, but Arsenal, in terms of what they're thinking, we're just thinking we've just got to keep going ourselves, and that's the key thing. But as I say, this idea that the lead is down to 6 points just really annoys me.
I don't know if you've seen this. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen the ethical set piece. But I don't know if you've seen.
Sorry, what's an unethical set piece?
Well, maybe you could explain that what the term was, Khalid, because obviously I'm not watching that. So
is that one where there was no fouls, even though they're blocking the goalkeeper like we do? Is that what you mean, Khalid? I've seen that going around, which is
I heard that I basically heard that we're set piece kings and we have more structured set pieces. And you're like, what?
I don't understand.
I don't understand. It's a set piece and you scored from it. What? So somebody basically showed me a picture, a sequence of João Pedro. Yeah, I know we crowd. Well, we technically we don't crowd the goalkeeper, right? Technically we block the blockers on the goalkeeper. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we stop the goalkeeper moving essentially, but we're kind of using their players to do it as well.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
it's just sort of
it's not
they
just our
they
players
come
that
to
do it.
mark us, and therefore it makes a double block.
Yeah, so it basically crowds the keeper out, and half the time it's not even our players doing it. It's just two
Well, if you
players
look at
on one
the
player.
goal the other day that Madueke got given, but was originally an own goal against Leeds, well, it
Yeah,
was actually Calvert-Lewin that was in his way, not an
yeah,
Arsenal player.
yeah, absolutely. But I also think that was already in the goal by at that point.
Yes, I do too. But the point it's a great illustration of the point you're making, though, that it's not actually us that's always
Yeah,
in the way because we've
yeah,
moved there and they've had to come with us.
yeah. So everything that's the whole point of zonal marking is that you're taking a player with you, or you're using another player to do the job that you wanted to do, which frees you up to do another job.
Yeah,
It's a bit mad, but yeah, I've seen that where yeah we score more set pieces, but they're more structured. I
yeah.
have no idea what that means.
It was really interesting, actually. I was just reflecting on a conversation I had with my son the other day because the opposition has started to now put someone on our goalkeeper from corners, and this is children's football, like under 11. It's not the end of the world. But I said to him, I said, "You've got to go and get him off." I said, "You're one of my biggest defenders. Go and get him off the goalkeeper." He said, "Yeah, but if I do that, that means he's not going to score from there, and then I might as well mark their striker instead." And I was like, in some ways, you've got a point because he's not going to score from there, but equally, the goalkeeper can't come and get the ball either, and that's what
Yeah,
you are enabling. So, but in some ways, he's right. It's like you're taking someone away from someone in an arguably more dangerous position. But
technically, you can just pick him up and put him on the sideline until the ball comes in play. You can do what you want with him.
well, who is that?
According to the Premier League rules,
I know.
you,
Yeah,
you
do
can
what you like.
literally do whatever you want, and you can't do anything until the ball comes into play. So every time he comes up,
Wrestle a lot.
yeah, well, every time the ref comes up and goes, "Don't do that," and I go, hey, I'd be going to him, mate. I can do what I want until you blow the whistle.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like it, but it happens so often.
They created the rule.
Exactly.
They created the rule, so they basically made it so that you can't stand on the goalkeeper. Now, I would say I would restrict it to one to one player standing on the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I would too.
And then everybody else has to be within a meter. What's wrong with that?
I mean, it's hard to work out the meter, but you can work.
They do it for a wall on an opposition player. So
yeah, but
it's not
the goalkeeper's moving, the ball isn't. But
if the goalkeeper moves, that's his own problem, then, isn't
it? But yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know what I'd do about it. I'm not sure that's the answer, but I don't know what the answer is.
But did you hear the Ian Ladyman one?
No.
So he's on a podcast, Whistleblowers podcast. No, I didn't even know he'd been a referee, to be honest. But he's on the Whistleblowers podcast, and he said he basically said what Arsenal do is illegal.
Oh, I did see this. I didn't know it was Ian Ladyman that said it. Yeah,
yes, him. Yeah,
yeah.
Clattenburg said, "What do you mean it's illegal?" He said, "Well, all this blocking, this, that, and the other, and whatever." I was like, "Yeah," because I watched the Leeds game and I didn't see our players get blocked once, and I'm kind of looking at it and going, "Yeah, why don't you just bring obstruction back if that's what you want to stop, bring obstruction back, and you can't do that."
Yeah, it was just the one where in the same sentence he said what Arsenal do is legal, but it's within the rules. Illegal, but it's within the rules. It's like,
what he said was everyone is doing it.
Yeah, everyone is doing that. Was it? Yeah,
it's illegal for Arsenal, but everybody's doing
Everyone's doing it. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
and you're like, well, okay, well that's a contradiction then, isn't it? Because if it's only Arsenal that's illegal, either it's both teams that all teams that it's illegal, or whatever. And I heard the throw-ins from you only do it from throw-ins again the other day, and I was like, right, do you know how many goals we scored from throw-ins?
0.
Yeah, big fat 0, mate. So Yeah, if you're worried about throw-ins, not us. No,
Yeah, exactly.
and if you ask me about the time it takes to take a throw-in, it annoys me as well. But there must be something about it, because that just happens as well. But do you know what I think it is?
Go on.
I think it's been instigated, not by the players. I think it's been instigated by essentially Sky and stuff, because everybody puts that camera just anywhere, and they can get adverts in the coverage.
Well, I think there's something in that. I think it is potentially coming because they got it in the rugby now.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said it.
Yeah.
So yeah. Guys, if you're in here, please make sure you're hitting the like and subscribe to the channel. Sharing the live, that would be much appreciated as well. Thank you very much. Any comments, knock them in the comment section. We'll get them in there. Probably going to go for another 10-15 minutes or so and then call it off. But yeah, currently we're 2-2 Chelsea Leeds United, 87 minutes, 88 minutes now. Everton Bournemouth is 2-1 to Bournemouth. Tottenham Newcastle is 2-1 to Newcastle. And Leeds are currently above Tottenham in the table. West Ham United and Man United just past half time, and it's 0-0. So yeah, hoping for a West Ham goal, not because I don't like United, but because I want Tottenham to kind of be in relegation zone. But there we
Yeah,
go.
well, they wouldn't be far off it. I mean, I've been watching it all evening. They're currently 16th. Forest, you'd expect to beat Burnley tomorrow.
Yeah.
And if they do, Tottenham will stay 16th because there's no way there's a 12-goal swing tomorrow. But yeah, they're banging trouble.
Have you heard the other one as well? Actually, the other one was so Dominic coach, right? Where's your team in the table?
We're in some weird thing where they're trying to work out what divisions we're in. So we're now in our third league of the season, and because of whether we played one game, so we're top because we're the only ones that played.
Yeah,
um,
it's basically a selection league. So basically, they're going to find out whether you go in Division 1 or Division 4, for example.
yeah,
You play
exactly.
each other, play 3 or 4 games. If you
Yeah,
come out top, then you go in this. If you come out
yeah.
second, you go in that. And if you go in third,
So
that
we
kind of
we
thing.
got a double promotion from our first 5 games. Then we lost our 5 games, but with a goal difference of -7. So we went back down 1. So we've basically gone up 1 since we started. But yeah, it's all to find the right division. Ironically, the side that won our division, we beat them 5-0 on Monday in a friendly. It's kids football. Like, no one cares. They're enjoying it. That's the main thing. But the girls I coach are a very good side. The boys are decent enough, but it's the most important thing is always that the kids enjoy it, and they're learning football and they're learning team skills and life skills and that sort of thing. That for me is the most important thing. But yeah, they're doing it. They're enjoying themselves. But they're not, as I say, they're not really in the division because they're going, up and down every few or 4 weeks.
Yes. Evening, SJ. Hope you're well, sir. Hope you're well. I guess you're going to Brentford on Thursday, so hope you enjoy that.
I'm nervous about that one.
I'm a bit nervous about it, to be honest, but
I think we'll win, but I'm
think
not.
we'll win.
I'm not 100% confident.
It's in the Twitter group. It's in the X group. SJ.
I'm watching nervously. I could do a third Newcastle goal here.
Well, it doesn't matter if West Ham. But I mean, West Ham have scored.
Have they?
Yeah.
Oh, get in! Hasn't come through yet.
Well,
yes, they have. Souček. It's come through now. Yeah, Souček. I've just refreshed the page and it came through. Oh, squeaky bum time at Tottenham.
Thing is, okay, so they go to 27 points.
26 points, I think. West Ham, were they? Yeah, 26 points.
Oh yeah, because they're because the 24 would be at 0-0. Okay, yeah, fair.
So yeah, they'll be 3 points off Spurs.
Where are they in goal difference though? 32.
West Ham's goal. Tottenham's got the best goal difference by a country mile. They're -1. Forest
No,
-13,
yeah,
and
it was
West Ham -17.
West Ham and Forest, but yeah, there's still
Yeah,
4 goals in that. Yeah.
yeah.
All right,
Well,
nice,
three
nice.
goals in it. I think it will be because it hasn't quite updated yet.
Yeah,
So
because it hasn't updated on the thing. Yeah, cool. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, you got that.
and I'm
Got it,
expecting
got it.
Forest to win tomorrow against Burnley.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I think Burnley are in trouble. I think.
I think they are, but I also think they came up fully intending to go back down. They made championship signings. They basically were like, we're gonna yo-yo for a couple of years. I think is their plan.
Yeah, and I think Wolves have kind of done the right thing more or less, where they've
They
gone.
sold Larson and what
Yeah,
have
we're
you.
going to cash in so that we can buy in the championship and then go to come back up. So, I think they've done the right thing. I do think that they sold a few players that they maybe shouldn't have done, but I think given that the situation they're in, I think
Yeah,
they've done the right thing to kind of cut their losses.
yeah.
Uh, One
Chelsea,
sec, that's Joe.
Chelsea are doing something called attacking.
Are they?
Yeah, they've got another
Oh,
corner.
I know why it's not there, SJ. One sec. Let me do it. Sorry, my bad.
I'll let you do that. But yeah, I mean, just on the Brentford game, really quickly. I mean, expect Arsenal to go very strong on this one because they rotate heavily for Wigan at the weekend. You'd have thought. I think basically I would go for a similar lineup to the one at the weekend. Apart from I bring Gyökeres possibly back in to start. Trossard, I assume, isn't fit. So I think that would
Yes,
be.
that'd be my
I'd go
scenario,
Eze.
innit?
I'd go Eze out wide on the left. To be honest, as a starter, I say it's going to be similar,
You should have the link now, SJ.
but I'd go Hincapié at left back. And then the only other one I would consider would be if there's any doubts about Timber at all, just bring Ben White straight in. But I think Timber will be able to get through one more.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he can do one more game, can't he? And then
I'd have thought.
Ben White goes into the Wigan game, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's what I'd have thought. So I'm making 3 changes. But if there's any doubt about Timber, Ben White straight in, no questions.
Yeah,
The only thing I did wonder though would be: do you reckon there's a chance Christian Norgard starts this one against his former club?
No,
I don't think Arteta's that sentimental.
no, I don't think he's I don't think he's that guy. I don't think he does. I can't see it, to be honest.
No, I don't either. But as I say, they're the 3 changes I'm making. Trossard, I'm assuming, even if he's not injured, don't risk him. Because I think I'm hoping that he came off sort of tired rather than injured. He certainly walked back out onto the pitch afterwards, didn't he? But yeah, that for me is the one change, which is Eza comes in there. Second change is Gyökeres, and then I'd Hincapié at left back. Otherwise, it's exactly the same for me.
Or do you put Madueke on the left and then Martinelli on the right?
That is an option, but I'd want Martinelli come in. I would bring Martinelli off the bench, and the reason I would do that would be if you're winning, then no problem anyway. But if you're not winning, I just think that Brentford might go out and try and get the 3 points because I think they're feeling so comfortable and confident that they can win the game that they won't sort of shut up shop for the point, and that might give the space for Martinelli.
I'm not sure. I think they've got where they are by being pragmatic. To be honest with you, and I think, to be honest with you, I think even if it's 1-0, I honestly don't think that they will throw the kitchen sink at it.
I don't think they can do that. But I think they're try and win the game slightly more, as in they won't have 10 men behind the ball, sort of stuff.
Yeah, I just think the line's a bit higher in it. It's not really they commit more players. It's just the line's a bit higher. I think that's all.
I think so, but that's what I'm talking about with Martinelli. That suddenly operates, opens up a little bit of space for him, which is where he thrives. Whereas early on, I think that Brentford line will be quite deep, and therefore, that's where Martinelli struggles slightly more, which is why I'd bring him on later.
Yeah. Khalid says there that Saka back after Wolves. He's supposed to be back for the North London derby, so that's why people are saying that. That was the rumor. Now, whether that's right or not, we have no confirmation over that. But yeah, that's what the hope is. So obviously we got 3 games in that time. And then the Spurs game.
Yeah, do you reckon there's any chance that he sort of comes back on as a sub against Wolves or Wigan? I mean, obviously we don't know where he's at, but
It depends where exactly. Exactly. So I mean, I actually think that if he's somewhere near back, I think he could get on for the Wigan game if he's back in some
yeah,
kind of realm of possibility.
even
But
for 10 minutes.
even if he's going for 10 minutes, so it shouldn't be that much strain on him, to be fair. So yeah, I'd put him in for that or the Wolves game, either one. But obviously Wolves is probably going to be a bit more rear guard kind of approach. So I'd probably want to put him in the Wigan game rather than the Wolves game.
Yeah, I would too. Be a big boost to have him back available. I know he's not had the best of seasons by his standards, but
no, but it's always an asset to have, even if he's back on the bench or whatever. But yeah, we get to that Spurs game and we got well, there aren't that many games left anyway, are there, by that point?
I'm hoping I'm not speaking this into existence, but I messaged my mate tonight. He's a Spurs fan. Said this must be hard watching. He said it obviously is. He said at this rate you're going to beat us 10-0. I said the footballing gods will probably mean that you'll win it 1-0.
I mean, yeah, I don't care. 1-0's fine by me.
Oh yeah. I meant that Spurs would win it 1-0. That was my concern because that's the sort of scar thing that would happen. You know, Spurs.
Yeah. Oh, yep, mate. They're terrible. They're terrible. Chelsea Leeds is now a full-time result 2-2. Yep. Everton 1, Bournemouth 2 is now a full-time result.
Yeah, Cole Palmer, Mr. Sitter, by the way.
Oh, did he? I saw something flash up on my feed. It's actually started going mental since West Ham scored.
He's literally banged it over the bar from 2 yards, maybe 3.
No, Cole Palmer.
Yeah, Cole Palmer. I mean, in fairness, Cole Palmer is cold from the penalty spot.
Yes, he is. But I mean, I don't know how he gets so many penalties. I have to be completely honest with you. Yeah. I saw that they got double the amount of penalties we've got this season.
And yet the PGMOL favour Arsenal over everyone else.
Apparently so, yeah.
Spurs fans currently singing "You're Getting Sacked in the Morning."
That's for the 3rd week running, by the way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He isn't getting sacked, though, is he?
Not while he's in the Champions League, I wouldn't have thought. It's starting to get dire there. I mean, we've spoken about it before. He was never given a chance to succeed.
I don't think so. I don't think so either, to be honest. I think that, yeah, he needs a transfer window. But this is kind of the same thing. You know when Brendan Rodgers was at Liverpool?
Yeah.
And
I think it's a good analogy.
Yeah, David Moyes at United as well. Who's going to that club to play under him? And you can say the same about oh God, who am I talking about now? But it's like they weren't backed and stuff, because obviously Moyes only got Fellaini, didn't he?
He did, yeah. And that was, and they paid over the odds for him because he didn't do it earlier in the window.
Right, yeah, and he didn't get a haircut. They love a man without a haircut. Do you know why I use that, SJ?
No.
Because Man United are losing to West Ham, so the guy.
Oh yes, yeah.
They're on the 5-game streak, and they're
That's
now
tough.
losing.
He's staying on the 5 as well. You know, they beat us.
He was on the 5. He was on the 5. I mean, there's still half an hour to go.
At White Hart Lane.
What's
It's
that?
ended. It's full time at Spurs.
So it ended
Spurs
2-1.
ended 2-1. Yeah.
That's right. We've got to look at our table now because that'd be funny.
It's well, I can tell you, I got it live here. Tottenham are 16th. They are 3 points ahead of Forest and West Ham with a better goal difference. And they played a game more than Forest, obviously, who play Burnley tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah,
So.
I mean, I've got no idea why we're playing Thursday, by the way.
No, I don't either. No idea. It doesn't make sense to me, but there you go.
Yeah, some prat in the broadcasting studio. Daniel says, "Evening, lads. Evening, Daniel. How are we? Hope you're good, my friend. The panel heading for the championship. I mean, I don't think they'll end up in the championship, but it would be very funny.
It would be very funny if they did, though.
It would be hilarious.
It would. But I like them being in the Premiership. I like the North London derbies. You know, just the big games are.
Is it even a big game now?
Yeah, it's still a big game. Yeah, it is. You can't deny it's not a big game. That will always be a rivalry. I mean, they were rubbish back in the day when we had the likes of Thierry Henry and Vieira. You know, they weren't as big as they are. Big as rotations as they are now. But it'll be funny for one season. Okay, we can get rid of one season and come back after. Just for one season, we can laugh at them.
I think that would kind of be the ideal scenario.
Maybe 2 seasons, just like they failed to win the championship and they had to do it on the second attempt. That would be even
through the playoffs and penalties.
Yeah. They had to do it through the back door, as it were.
I've just seen the Clippers. I'm sorry, I mean Clipper, that lad with the haircut. He's looking distraught.
Yeah,
is he?
Yeah.
Did they have him in the studio?
In hand. Yeah, they got him in the studio. Yeah, on the Strand.
Well, he's come over from Spain for the exact reason, right? And it's not only reset, right? But he's only got Premier League games, so he's got at least 5 weeks again.
Yeah, and he might hit the No, he's going to hit the international break. I reckon there's only 4 before the international break.
I mean, there's still time, in fairness.
There is still time.
Yeah.
But like you, I'm not bored about his haircut. It's more about how close West Ham get.
Is it 1-1?
Yeah, I want it for West Ham. I'm not really bothered.
I think it's 1-1.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So
it hasn't come up on my feed yet.
It hasn't come up on mine yet. It's a VAR check. They scored, but VAR. And the feeling here is he's offside.
Casemiro,
yeah. Obviously, I'm only reading it, but
yeah.
I've only got a live score, but it's 1-1. What do you make of the Sunderland game, SJ?
20th of March, by the way, is the next time it could happen if they don't win today.
Wow. So he's got to wait basically until the League Cup final.
Yeah. The Sunderland game, I thought it was a routine win.
Was it easier than you thought it was going to be?
No, I generally that's what I thought. I mean, I've come to this is what I've been saying offline to my friends. I'm given up on going to games and expecting sexy, free-flowing football. And what I expect now is just have to suffocate teams and.
Sorry to interrupt. It's just loud. It's off.
Oh, I mean that affects one person as well greatly. Yeah.
Sorry, SJ, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but.
All right. Well, we just suffocate teams and literally resort teams to set pieces or scoring worldies, and that's what Sunderland basically resorted to. Every free kick they got, they threw everyone up top, long throws. They tried to capitalize on those, and it's a case of but when we score a goal. I saw a stat. I think we scored like 3 goals in 10 of our last 13 games. I'm not sure how true that is. I'm sure it might be 2 goals in 10 of our last 13 games, but we seem to score and we seem to keep the opposition out, which is the name of the game.
Apparently, we've got the most sub goals as well now.
We have.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Which is, a bit weird to say that we only score from set pieces. That's a bit odd, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I mean,
just looking at that, I can't see that stat being right unless it's just Premier League, because we scored 1 against Chelsea, none against Forest, none against Liverpool.
It was on that Sky Sports, that geezer who predicts the correct scores and gives his little
It might just be if you go with 2. If you go with 2, it might just work.
I think
out.
it might be a typo. I think it should have said 2, but they've put 3. So yeah. But I mean, yeah, it was good for a while. I mean, it's still good. We're still 6 points clear. 1 game less to play this season. Obviously, Liverpool kind of gave us
shit the bed.
False hope. Yeah, they gave us false hope. But yeah, I know the saying is we've got to just focus on ourselves, do our job, and
absolutely, yeah,
get over the line that way. But in my world, you still got to be aware of City. For how great we've been this season, we're only 6 points clear. Our bad patch happened to coincide with their bad patch, which is fortunate, because sometimes it can go the other way. And I think the next 4 or 5 games they play first, up until the Carabao Cup.
I know they play first. Obviously this week because
I think up until the Carabao Cup final they play first every week, so that's going to
be. That said, though, we'll have played an extra game because we're playing Wolves.
We're playing Wolves, aren't we? Midweek.
Yeah. I mean, let's just hope we go there and actually get the win there. And don't waste that opportunity. But Brentford, I mean, that's our next game away. Sharda being suspended is a bonus because they're a team that likes to sit back and hit us on the break. He seems to be involved in a lot of their goals at home on the break, especially against the big teams. He's a ball carrier and just sets off for Thiago to score, or he score himself. So I'm expecting. I'll play our strongest 11 because we've got Wigan at the weekend, and I expect us to play just our periphery players, the Norgards, Mascaras, etc. So. Sorry, I saw Daniel's message there. I think he might get sacked as well. That's my worry. We get a new manager bounce.
I actually don't think he will.
Reckon?
I don't think he'll get sacked until the end of the season, purely because A, he's in Champions League, and B, he hasn't really had a transfer window anyway.
I get it, but when you get that discontent in the crowd and it gets really toxic. You know, sometimes the manager.
I mean, we've been there as well. So.
Money.
Yeah,
it's about the money.
I can't imagine he's on a big contract, Frank. You know, I know.
I think he's on 3rd or 4th best in the league.
Oh, really?
He's well paid
to get him out of Brentford. Okay, fair enough. I mean, he's been unlucky with injuries. I'll give him.
He's been drastically unlucky with injuries.
I think they got another one tonight. Odebear came off.
Odebear or something. Yeah, I got through one of the feeds, so he's injured as well. So yeah, I mean, I do think he's got excuses, but it's by all accounts, it's not just about that. But then they're vetoing the ground as well because they've got tonight's game as a Cat A game against Newcastle. It's basically nearly £100 for a ticket for the game against Newcastle, and I suppose getting beat doesn't really help that either.
Do you think we'll beat Brentford? Just in...
I think we will. I mean, I don't think it'd be 3-0 like it is at Sunderland, but I think we beat them. I think they're a bit more pragmatic than Sunderland play as well. They do play for the long throws and set pieces and whatever. But I think we've got the physicality to kind of deal with that anyway. We had moments where we didn't defend them very well, but I think that they were. Oi, fucking pack it in. Pack it in. It was shit. Using my carpet to bloody sharpen his claws.
We get that too,
yeah.
But with tonight's results, Chelsea drawing and United possibly losing, Brentford have got a great chance to get top 5 or close the gap on getting top 5.
No, I think
they're aiming at. Obviously, you've got to aim high, and if you fall lower, you might get to.
Yeah, I mean, what's their form like at the minute?
Because they won the last 2. They won away at Villa. They won away at Newcastle, even with 10 men at Villa as well. So
Brentford are one of the top 3 for big at the moment. 4 wins and 2 defeats in the last 6.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they lost to Forest and they lost to Chelsea.
Yeah.
They beat Villa. That 10-man. I mean, that was a typical rear guard. Get the goal at half time and just basically stink it out and have everybody behind the ball, wouldn't it? So yeah.
Sorry, wrong lead, but Leicester are throwing away a 3-goal lead. Wow.
Well, have you seen the one with Coventry? Coventry were about 6 points clear in the
yeah.
In their league, and then
Big Frank,
and then literally just it's completely turned it around, and now he's well second. Brentford have only lost twice at home this season. So had Leeds until we went there.
Yeah.
So I think that's the same kind of credibility you've got to be giving it. And all right, we didn't do great at Sunderland. When we went to their place, but I think
I thought in the second half we did. I thought in the first half we were dreadful, but in the second half we could have scored 3 or 4. We peppered them.
But it ended at 2-2, didn't it? So
yeah, I get that, but that sometimes happens. But it's not what we.
I agree. And I mean, how many times more times is Ballard scoring that goal that he scored against us?
Yeah.
In the first half, it's not happening, is it? But yeah, I think we get over the line at Brentford, even if it's a 2-1, maybe a 3-1, whatever. But I don't think that they necessarily come out all guns blazing, even if they go goal behind. Purely because I think he'll want to kind of keep. He wants to keep the mentality that we can kind of contain and hold it down, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I expect us to win. To be fair,
I hope so. I mean, I hope so. I think City will beat Fulham, so I think it'll be 3 points.
Yeah, they beat Fulham.
Yeah,
they beat Fulham, and they've got Newcastle next, haven't
they? Yeah,
and it looks like they just lost Bruno G tonight.
Again, he just come back.
Yeah.
So they obviously rushed him back then.
Yeah.
So
he did make it to the final whistle, but he went down holding his hamstring. But he also just made a horror tackle and got booked. So whether he was actually injured or not, I'm not sure.
Yeah, a lot.
We were talking about it earlier. Funny enough.
Yeah, a lot of players are doing that to feigning injury just to kind of get a bit of a sympathy vote. I'm not convinced from that what you said there that he's out.
No, I mean, I'm just, it was one of those ones where I noticed it and I just assumed he'd gone off, but I've just checked it as I was talking and he made it to the 90th minute.
Yeah, but I don't think Newcastle are the team that they were once, but that they were, but they don't really stand up to anybody else but us, really. To be fair, as much as that, they don't do that stubborn 5-4-1 against anybody else but us, really.
No, I expect Man City to beat Fulham and Newcastle. We in turn have take care of our own business.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brentford and then Wolves. Brentford and Wolves. I mean, winnable. I might need a motivational speech after Thursday if we don't beat Brentford and the gap closes.
Well, let's not let's not doom. Hopefully we get through that, and there's nothing to worry about.
What I find myself doing, I'm downplaying we're a top team. Like, I need to remind myself we're top quality, we're top draw. But it's just sometimes you tend to just put Man City on a higher pedestal because they've been there, done that, and they've just got the recent.
Yeah, I do think you have to remember that this particular team hasn't been there and done that.
Yeah.
It's been very inconsistent this season as well.
Yeah. So I mean, if you look at their form, really, I'm bringing that up now, but so in their last 5, they've won 2, drawn 2, and lost 1. And the two
Yeah,
draws against Tottenham and Brighton.
That's what I'm saying. It's the same form as us. It's the same last 5 as us. That's what I'm saying. Our bad form has coincided with theirs, and so we've maintained our gap, which is good. And yeah, I mean,
Not according to the media. The
Oh.
gap's down to 6 points.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gone
they
down
won.
to 6 points. It was only 2 points like 3 weeks ago.
it's weird. It's like they don't see the stuff is documented, and from week to week, you can literally do a documentary or just put a collage of these different quotes. They're just so in the moment, inconsistent.
They just try and hype up the title race, don't they? And it's that's literally all it is. But yeah.
Yeah, I can understand that though. They're trying to, they're trying
to sell their products.
Yeah,
but,
I can understand it.
But while you've got the likes of Gary Neville and stuff like that, then he's hindering you selling your product. So how about you get rid of him? You get some proper pundits and or drop the agendas even, and maybe then more people will buy the product rather than going hooky.
Well, I agree with you there. Like, I have no problem with the title race narrative, etc., etc. But can we try and keep it consistent? But it's all the other bits that really irritate me, to be honest with you. I think there is a title race. I never thought it was off.
No.
No,
exactly. It was them that turned around and said, "Oh yeah, 4 points is over. At 6 points, City are back in it."
Yeah.
Yeah. But the best thing is everybody goes, "Oh, that game at the Etihad," and it's like the other, and you're like, right, well, if it stays the same way, there's only one team that's got to win that, isn't there? Because and the thing is, the more they have to win, the more space opens up behind them.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a long way to go. It's still a long way to go. Loads of games to be played, twists and turns. Like I've said all the time, sorry, I feel I've gone hiding. There's loads of variables. All it takes is one hamstring to a Declan Rice, touch wood, never happens, or red card.
Oh, you put it in the ether now. Don't do that.
I'm taking it back.
But you are right though, because anything can happen. There's going to be lots of changes from Jesus Christ, Southampton 3-0 down. They've won 4-3.
That's what I said. Leicester.
That's what I said with Leicester.
They were 3-0 up and just threw it all away. Leicester are going to get relegated possibly to League One. 10 years after winning the league.
Mad, isn't it?
Well, luckily for them, Blackburn are equally as bad.
True. Well, yeah, I mean, we know that. Yeah, we saw last year we get phantom red cards and injuries. I mean, this is probably the time of the season where injuries might start to happen. I say depreciation, accounting term. Bringing my job into it. Just the wear and tear of the.
I don't think he's an outer, Khalid. Not.
Oh, I'm not an outer.
So yeah.
I'm not predicting injury. I'm saying that it could be to any team.
I don't think he was aiming at you. I think he was basically just saying that.
Okay, yeah.
The outers are predicting injuries.
No, I'm just saying it's just Harden can get an injury tomorrow, which don't know. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
We just got to look after number one.
Yeah, look after us and let everything else take care of itself. Really.
Yeah, I don't think we've got the best manager in place to do that. I think he's got the players fully focused. I think he's making the players shut out all the outside noise. He's a very innovative manager. He does, bring the speaker in and fill pockets. So he's doing something behind the scenes.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, I think he takes a lot of the heat as well.
Yeah.
But where everybody is ridiculing him, they're not ridiculing players anyway. So yeah. As I said, he didn't mean you. Score prediction for Thursday then.
I'm gonna say 2-1. Well, I like
2-0.
Yeah, I like to think we keep a clean sheet, so I'm thinking 1-0. It's going to be a tight game.
Proper pragmatist.
I don't think it'll be an easy game. I think it'll be a tight game. I mean, it's not like a cauldron. They're not the loudest fan base, Brentford. Them, like most clubs in the Premier League, have their pre-game sing-along and just sit down and eat their Cornish pasties. So yeah, it won't be like it won't be intimidating in that sense. It's just we'll just if we get an early goal, we haven't got an early goal in quite a while apart from Kyrat.
And then we gave away a penalty.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be trouncing at that point because I was like, yeah, we really need to demolish somebody. And I think it was you, Dom, that's basically said you're getting your wish, what sort of thing, and then give a penalty away. Like, I
was like, oh.
Yeah, you cursed that, Dom. Well done.
Yeah. I'll shut up next time.
Yeah, indeed. So what's your score prediction, Dom?
2-0, I think. I think it will be tight. I'll feel a lot better if 10 minutes in we're 1-0 up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the key is not going behind in this one. At that point, I will start to worry because Brentford are such a
good at rear guard, aren't they?
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, I think I'm going 2-0 as well, to be honest. So, I hope it's just kind of an easy-ish day at the office, but, obviously no walkovers in the Premier League, but, just one of those games. That, again, I don't really know why it's on Thursday. We could have played, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever.
For TV, presumably.
Well, yeah, it will be because they all want to sing for Brentford, don't they? Gabriel's due a set piece goal. He hasn't scored one for a while, but they're decent at set pieces himself.
Well, I'd hope so. Their manager used to be the set piece coach.
Well, yeah, exactly, yeah. But there we go. Right, we got to get out of here anyway. Thanks for coming on, Dom. Appreciate you.
No worries. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, SG.
Thank you. Sorry, late, but I arrived.
Yeah, it's all good, man. All good. Are you going to the game?
I am. Yes. Yeah, I'm going. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope you bring the 3 points back in your pocket. Then. Yeah.
I hope so.
Jovi used to be there, but set piece coach too. What, Brentford?
Yes, yeah, he did. Yeah,
did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
he was the first one over. Then the goalkeeper coach came over.
Ah, fair enough.
In fact, Keith Andrews replaced Yover, I think, as a set piece coach, if I remember.
Right. Gotcha. Fair enough. Right. We're gonna have to love and leave you. If you're in here, please make sure you're hitting like and subscribe and sharing the live. Any comments in the comment section, we'll get to them as soon as we can. Have a great evening. We're the North Bank. See you later.